Hello, this is John Locke. Today I'm answering an interesting SEO question that I saw in a forum. Now, in this particular question, the person posting, they had one page on their site that they're trying to rank, but Google is favoring another page in their site for the terms that they're targeting. Now, they didn't reveal the exact terms or the exact site, but the example that they gave was that they're trying to rank their homepage for camping canopies or camping structures, and instead it's ranking another page inside their site. Now, I want to go over a few reasons this could be happening and why it's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, in this example, the person was trying to rank their homepage for these, camping canopies, allegedly, I'm guessing, to sell them, but another page on the inside of their site was ranking. Now, there's a couple things that this could be without knowing more about the situation. For one, your homepage might be more sales oriented, and you're thinking, like, if I rank for this term, then people are going to buy. And perhaps either the page that's ranking in Google for that term that's from your site is either farther away from the product page. Maybe it's a category page on an e-commerce site. That happens a lot because a lot of times Google wants to give people choices. But another thing that it could be, and I'm just using my deductive powers here, is it could be an informational page on your site. So let's say that you sell camping canopies and you're wanting to rank for that because you want to get sales, right? Bottom of the funnel, but people are Googling camping canopies, and maybe you have a site that, or a page, I should say, that is, what are camping canopies, or how to set up a camping canopy, and Google is ranking that instead. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Remember that the marketing funnel is, at the top of it is informational searches. They're still going to your site. So it's very possible that they're still ending up on the page where they make a purchase. But remember, the marketing funnel, at the top of the funnel is awareness. And those are those informational pages that you use to build up an audience, or you have people in the pre-sales, or they're trying to figure something out. And they are doing research, or it's a post-sales type of situation. But as you move down the funnel, awareness, interest, decision, action. Action is when they're making a purchase, right? So just because they get to your site from a different page, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. You want them to go directly to the bottom of the funnel. And at some point, some people will do that, but maybe they're trying to figure out another way to get there. Or maybe there are just more competitors like eBay or Amazon, or whatever it is out there, REI, I don't know, that are just going to rank higher than you for those transactional pages, like where people are pulling out their credit card and making a purchase. So one thing that I would encourage you to do, go into Google Analytics and see where people are going after they hit that one page that you're not trying to rank, but it's ranking anyway, and see if they actually go and make a purchase later. So optimize that for the action that you want people to take. So if it's an informational page about camping canopies, and what you really want to do is have people purchase one, put a call to action button at the bottom somewhere, like, say, if you want to purchase camping canopies, here's here's our line of those. So that's one thing that you can do. Don't fight the flow. The second thing I would say is look at the actual Google search results and see what's ranking. Is it a majority of the pages that are ranking? Does that fit in with the pattern of what your page is? Now, say, for example, that Google is ranking all camping canopy pages at the top. They're all e-commerce, and maybe your page that you want to rank is e-commerce, but maybe the page that is ranking is an outlier. But I would say go with the flow. Try and optimize the page to make it more like the ones that are in the search results. So if you're trying to rank an e-commerce page, maybe add some more elements to a page that is like that on your site. But if it's all informational, let's say that all the results for this keyword that you're trying to rank are informational, and you're trying to rank a transactional, an e-commerce page, it's not going to happen. It's very unlikely to happen. You're going to have to be like the top rated result for that to be an outlier that breaks into the first page. You can't fight against the pattern. So the two things that I want you to take away from this is, just because somebody comes to your site and it's on a page that you don't necessarily want it to be, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. They could still be getting to your page. Second thing is, don't fight the pattern. Try and go with the pattern and make the page more like that. Third thing I want to say really quick too is, sometimes, you know, Google, it doesn't have a clear-cut idea of which page on your site should rank, because they're both kind of equally wishy-washy. And I had this happen not that long ago with a site that I was looking at, where we were trying to optimize for one keyword phrase, and instead of the home page or a landing page where people could spend money, it was ranking the contact page. And it turns out the keyword phrase was on that contact page, but we had to optimize these other pages a little bit more. And then after a while, Google picked up and said, okay, we're going to rank this other page instead of the contact page, because it's a better choice now, because now it has the keyword phrase in it. And now we understand, like, that's the page that we should rank. So sometimes it comes down to, like, mentioning the phrase a little bit more and making sure that Google has clear-cut choices on which page to rank. And it's not just taking a page that you don't want. But also, you know, just to be clear, different keyword phrases have different intentions. And maybe you think that it should be everybody purchases or is going to whip out their credit card when they Google this phrase, but it could be that they're just doing research. That's not necessarily a bad thing. So 3 things: check the funnel, make sure you mention the keyword, and don't fight the pattern of the search results. Well, anyway, this is John Locke for Lockdown Design and SEO. We're here every day making videos on SEO, helping manufacturing and industrial firms. If you have a question, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to see you subscribe. That's all I've got for this video. Till next time, peace.